There's always that person that just, I don't know, the light shines a bit brighter on them.
What was your first decision? Like as a director, you have to make a million decisions. What was like the very first one when this movie was going to be a reality? What did you decide first?
I was also a co-writer on the film, and so it's a slightly different approach to just directing. So my first approach was really based on the script and what the script needed. And so part of that was choosing what part of Bob's life we were going to depict in the film. Being part of that decision was to choose the period of time between 1976 and 1978 as the primary focus of our film. So from there, okay, I knew I needed to find Bob. I needed to find three Bobs. We were depicting a young Bob, a teenage Bob, and an older version of Bob. But the biggest puzzle was choosing the timeline, because once we had the timeline, then we had the music, then we had the actors. We can build everything else from there. The architecture needed to be right before we could start building the house.
From script to screen, there are some things that usually get left behind. Were there any big chunks of his life that you had to not film?
Many. Yeah, I mean, the movie's only 2 hours, so we left a lot out, and it's just the nature.
But I mean that you already had written. I'm sorry, that you already had written, not that.
Yeah, we shot, and you'll see on the home TV, we shot a couple storylines that didn't make it into the movie. But was it necessary? And those are always the questions when you're boiling it down: is, do you need this to tell this story?
There are some parts of the movie that seem, I mean, they're very fun to watch, and it seems like it was very fun to film. Was it that fun to film as much as we can see as an audience member?
I wish I could say it was fun. Look, I think, look, I love playing baseball. That's how I would put it. Okay. So every day for me is truly a blessing. I feel that. But no, is every day on the field fun? No. Sometimes the fun is when it's over. Sometimes the fun is when the game is finished, that we got through it. So it's tricky. Like, I love making movies. I love the process of making movies. I love working with actors. I love working with my crew. But yeah, this was a hard movie, and it was a hard movie to make. Like I said, I love the process of making a movie. I've had so many great moments and experiences. This is no different. It just was it was a challenge, and it was like running a marathon, for sure.
They say you learn something new on every project. What would you say is the thing you learned in this one?
How important communication is in any job. You have to be able to communicate effectively, and you can't have any assumptions that people understand anything.
I think his music is pretty much recognized by everyone. Like, I don't know if you could find someone who's never heard a song. What do you think makes him so international, so appealing, so timeless?
I think he's one of one, man. There's very few people that connect with humanity on the level that he did. He understood that gift. You look at Bob and you see the way he speaks, and you're like, man, that guy's real. Like, there's no doubt about it. There's no doubt about it. And you can't make it up. He just is real. He's raw. He's authentic. And then, of course, he's got this immense talent. But the talent only brings you closer to that. Something like, man, that guy, like, I don't know what it is about him, but he's special. There's always that person that just, I don't know, the light shines a bit brighter on them. He just has a level of authenticity that's unlike no other. It was amazing. It was amazing to help bring his story to life and shed some things about his life that maybe folks didn't remember. And for people that don't know Bob, especially the new generation, they didn't grow up on his music. They grew up on pop music. So for them to be introduced to his music is incredible.